For an old house like this, a DIY project to direct rainwater away from the house is about the best return on investment you can possibly make. The materials are cheap and you don't need a ton of experience or tools. If you're having drainage problems, it's very tempting to do what this homeowner did, to try to solve the problem, to try to get water to run away from the house by building up more soil against the foundation to create that downward slope. That's what happened here. This is the opposite of what you want to do. What you want to do, dig this away so that the foundation can stay dry, and then route the water from the downspout farther from the house. Don't dump it out right at the corner, then you won't have to deal with this problem. The whole point of this video, showing you how to do stuff yourself, is to save money and learn things. So avoid an expensive mistake and go to call811.com and have the utilities come out and mark the underground lines so that you don't accidentally run into them while you're digging. Once I figure out which downspout I want to start with, I dig a trench 6 inches deep, at least, in a straight line from where the water dumps out of the downspout. I planned out where I want the pipe to end and dump out water at a lower elevation. A lot of you watching this are probably like, I don't have a lower elevation, my yard is flat. Well, you can use things like pop-up emitters, or you can do what I did in this video and dump it into a dry well deep underground. But in this case, there's a slope at the edge of this property. So for this project, I just dumped the water directly out from the end of the pipe like this. Now, when it comes to materials, my goal is to get water as far away from the house as possible, and I use only one thing.
The perfectly smooth inner wall is a feature, not a bug. It keeps stuff from getting clogged on the edges, water flows more freely, it's just better in every way.
Regular old PVC. Some people like to use corrugated pipe, but over time those grooves collect leaves and dirt and other junk and they get clogged over time. The main reason people use those things is because it is slightly cheaper, but as with anything, you get what you pay for. One difference to keep in mind when using PVC is that it is mostly rigid. You can bend it a little bit, but generally you'll need to use elbow connectors to make turns. This isn't difficult to do, but you'll need to do a little bit of planning, and to help plan this out, I also got a can of yard paint that I used to mark where I think the turns need to be, based on how the pipes lay on the ground. The total length of this drainage line is about 60 feet, so a trick that I like is putting at least one plumbing cleanout along the way. These are easy to find in 4-inch PVC sizes, so just in case something gets clogged, I can easily open up the pipe, stick a hose in there, and blow out whatever is clogging it. A key to making this kind of project as easy as possible is to use the right tools. I guess that goes with any project. So I got a trenching shovel and an edger. And this shovel will cut a trench that is the perfect width for a 4-inch drainage pipe as easily as possible. And the edger will help cut through roots and keep the trench lines straight. And as I'm digging and laying pipe, I check level every now and then. I want to average an inch of fall or downward slope away from the house every 10 feet of pipe if possible. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect, and I have a couple stretches that are flat for a period of time, but the most important thing to know here is that the point where water exits the pipe has to definitely be lower than the top of the pipe where it connects to the downspout. Otherwise, the water's just going to flow in the wrong direction. I connect all the sections together using PVC, cement. I sort of dry fit everything first, though, to make sure it's all connected in the way I expect. I recommend using the PVC cement here because the fittings are pretty tight, and the glue actually sort of lubricates and helps everything slide together more easily. After I have the exit where I want it, the place where the water drains out of the pipe, I go back to the house to finish the downspout connection into the top of the pipe. For this, I either use a long sweep elbow, or in this case, I'm actually using a combo Y, because I'm going to connect two downspouts into this one drainage line. Some people might think you can't do this, and I definitely don't want to connect all 6 downspouts on this house to a single drainage line. But connecting 2 downspouts to a 4-inch PVC pipe is perfectly fine, and it's going to save me a lot of digging. On one hand, this is a simple project. You dig a trench, you lay some pipe, you cover back up. But it really is one of the best investments you can make in the long-term maintenance of your house. Whether it's a hidden leak from your air conditioner or a busted roof or poor drainage from your gutters and downspouts, water getting where it's not supposed to be is really one of the most expensive problems you can have as a homeowner. And putting in your own drainage lines is a really cost-effective way to avoid these problems, save money, and get some exercise. It's a lot of work.